Flyboy was eating his breakfast. It was almost time for school. His brother, Robert, came running down the stairs. Flyboy's brother Robert was younger than him, and he was different to Flyboy, i.e. not half fly. Robert liked to tease Flyboy. This morning he was wearing a pair of cardboard fly's wings he had made from an empty cornflakes packet. Flyboy got his coat and got his school bag and left the house. But he was surprised to find a robot standing on his front lawn. Oh, hello, said Flyboy. The robot didn't say anything, so Flyboy started walking to school. The robot didn't say anything, but just followed along behind him. Flyboy turned around and the robot smiled. You can't come to school with me, Flyboy said. Go home. And Flyboy went into school. At school, Flyboy couldn't concentrate. He was thinking about the robot. When he got home from school, there was a small cardboard box on the steps by the door with his name on. Flyboy went up to his room and shut the door. He sat on the floor and opened the box. It was a little wind-up dinosaur. It played a waltz as it ran about the floor and snapped its jaw. La la la. Flyboy's brother Robert burst in. What's this, he said, snatching it up off the floor. He snapped the dinosaur's head off. The next day was Saturday, and Robert was out playing football. Flyboy was watching cartoons. There was a knock at the door. It was the robot. Oh, hello, said Flyboy. Thanks for the dinosaur. He held it up. My brother broke it. Shall we go out for a bit? And Flyboy got his coat. Flyboy worked at the zoo during the school holidays. His job was mainly in the insect house, making sure the insects had enough water and none of the ants had escaped. Today he wasn't working, but he was allowed in for free. As Flyboy and the robot queued up to get in, people stared at them and they moved their children out of the way. People don't like things like big robots. They're scared of things that look different to them. Flyboy and the robot Flyboy was pointing out the different animals to the robot. "These are penguins," he said, "and this is a monkey." The robot was a glass heart beating softly, pink, yellow, blue. "And these are sheep," said Flyboy. "You can stroke these ones if you want to." The robot looked unsure. "And this is a crocodile," said Flyboy. "It's like the dinosaur you made me." The robot leaned over to stroke the crocodile. "Oh no," said Flyboy, "you can't stroke the crocodiles." The crocodile lunged at the robot. He fell backwards in alarm and got tangled in the cages of the tropical birdhouse, and all the birds were set free. People were staring, he stood back alarmed. Sparks were shooting from the robot's head, and he fell onto the bars of the elephant's cage. The elephants ran off into town. Some of the wolves and the crocodiles escaped as well. Flyboy tried to calm him down, but the robot was embarrassed and overwhelmed, and he ran away. The zookeeper came over. "Oh dear," he said, looking at all the empty cages. "We better get this sorted out." Flyboy and the zookeeper got into the van and drove off into town. The butcher was standing outside of his shop. "Look at this," he said, pointing at his window. It was smashed, and inside the crocodiles had eaten all his sausages. And across the street, the lady who ran the cake shop was standing among a pile of smashed meringues, while the elephants helped themselves to a plate of buns. The zookeeper opened up his van and beckoned in the crocodiles and elephants. "I'll just drop these back off at the zoo," he said to Flyboy. "Then I'll come back for the wolves. See if you can find them." And then Flyboy remembered his brother was playing football in the park. "Oh no," he said. It was getting dark and it started to rain. Flyboy ran off towards the park. He was hoping he might get there before the wolves did. When Flyboy got to the park, he heard cries for help. His brother, Robert, and the other kids from the football team were huddled in the middle of the park. The wolves were surrounding them, pacing in circles and growling at them. Flyboy didn't know what to do. He shouted at the wolves. The wolves all stopped and looked at Flyboy, and one of them picked him up in his teeth and shook him around and threw him down onto the ground. Flyboy was knocked unconscious. The wolves growled again. The kids growled back, but not quite as confidently. But just then, from the dark trees surrounding the park, the robot ran down onto the playing field. The robot looked angry, the wolves looked scared. The robot grabbed the wolves and lifted them up. The wolves tried to bite him, but they hurt their teeth on his metal arms and legs. The zookeeper pulled up in the van, and the robot threw the wolves into the bag. Then the robot picked up Flyboy in his arms, and the other kids climbed on to his shoulders and head, and the robot carried them home. next morning, Robert burst into Flyboy's room, holding up the dinosaur. The robot, help me fix this, Robert said, and they went back to play at the zoo.